something that a lot of schools have throughout their entire district. And thanks to that effort, we have those throughout every classroom in our building. And then outside, the kids love the new basketball hoops. We got to do a photo shoot a couple weeks ago, and that was a good time. We're going to share that out as well. But we appreciate that. Being new to the community too, I've been able to join you for a couple different events. Appreciate that in the fellowship, and really appreciate the resources and the time that you all dedicate back to the school district. So I don't know if there's anything you all wanted to share with this group.
You're the historian of the group.
KPL has been around since 1954, and it's changed from strike activities to becoming the social club it is. We started out with bingo, started our scholarship funds, which means paid scholarships for how many ever times it's on the board down there. We've been able to do some investments that we have that guaranteed for years to come, way beyond my time. Last year we were able to give 4 scholarships. Finally we gave 2. So our investments are working with the school, the kids, and it's a pleasure being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the board usually likes to take a picture right now, so you guys got to stay there for a second. I'll ask the board members to come up here. We can't break tradition now.
Like, I know.
Mike's here is a little generous in your wording on that.
Good representation here with the KPL. Oops, sorry.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, we do have a meeting. The only statement I'll make is the 2026 KPL Broad Fry will be coming up on February 15th, so come out to the village at 170 and help support
Sign up
the
to
causes
volunteer.
that we fund. So, all right.
Well, terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Next, do we have any persons requesting to address members of the Board of Education?
Megan, did anybody sign up?
Okay, great. We will move on to agenda item 7. The first is our presentation on community partnerships.
Perfect. Megan, ready to go? Kelly, we'll jump into that. Good.
Me.
No, are you ready for us to jump
Yes,
into that?
please do.
All right. So it's only fitting that we build on our relationship with KPL, and we wanted to highlight a number of partnerships that we have throughout the community. And this is that balance of making sure we're highlighting and showcasing some of the things that have impacted, while also recognizing that the list and presentation could go on for hours with the community partnerships that we have. And we're incredibly grateful for that. And so tonight we're going to talk through some of these community partnerships that we have. Natasha and Nate are also going to join the presentation with some special guests that they have that they'll be able to join us up here and talk a little bit about the programs that are taking place and highlighting a program at the middle school, high school, highlighting one at the elementary school, and then you heard about this at our linkage, speaking about the PINK agreement. We're going to talk about that partnership as well, and some of the history that's connected to that. So with that being said, I would invite Natasha and teammates to join us here, and then they'll go through an introduction here. Make sure we're meeting our kids where they're at and making sure we're ready to support them. So those are some of the items that have already been outlined and introduced to kind of target some of those areas. Did I miss anything in there?
I love that you mentioned staff development too. I know that's something just in my role I've talked with Natasha about, is just to be mindful that a lot of our staff here teach multiple grade levels as well. So not only are you learning one grade level standard and quote unquote becoming that expert, but you're learning multiple other grades as well. And I think that is something unique, but that can also be a challenge that our teachers have here, especially at the middle school level. So just kind of, I really appreciate that emphasis on continuing to grow those teachers who have so many classes that that they're teaching. It's not just one grade that you kind of get to be that expert on. So just for context of all that's on our teachers' plates.
And this information will get posted on the website. That's required, but we'll also be doing this. And then I shared a document in your board materials too on communicating with your community about the district.
Done a little like how to read it, and I think that's really nice when families, board members are communicating with other parents in other districts to know, like you said, not always can you compare. And I just think the more we can educate families about how those report cards are made up, but I do think it is something families enjoy getting to celebrate here. So just my 2 thoughts. Yep.
Anything else? All right, well, thank you, Erica. Thank you, Mike. Next on our agenda is item 7F, the ACP review.
Selecting courses, writing resumes, completing applications, and then the do, really including involvement in extracurricular activities. And at the high school, they're modifying their plans potentially, maybe looking at academic, personal, and growth goals. So our plan that I'm sharing this evening highlights those 4 components and steps that we're taking here at Kohler in the ACP process in the areas of family engagement, post-secondary preparation, community partnerships, curriculum ACP.
The district have really led an effort to strengthen that stickiness between us and the village board, and that's just so good for the village and our district.
If we're perceiving it's not happening, but it is happening, that's a great time to, it's a gap in the communication that we can address. I will entertain a motion to approve that the board will choose to complete this.
Second.
So moved.
All right, so we have,
All right.
who was our first on that one? Tara. Paul was a second?
Second.
Sure. Second.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Next on our agenda is item 10C, the WASB State Education Convention in January.
Yeah, just a discussion item. I know a couple board members have expressed interest in attending and are registered to attend. I know an opportunity for folks, and again, if you're interested, make sure that we're aware and we'll get that information posted right now. I have Kelly and Tara, combine that, set up. I know Emily was checking schedule, and I know Paul has a couple other commitments, and Heather, your schedule is always really hard during the school
I
year.
would
So just previewing, looking ahead, December, we'll have kind of a 2-step process on open enrollment. If you didn't see, we sent out a survey to get an idea of how many of our youngest learners we have coming. That's one of the biggest things, is the unpredictability of JK or 4K. And so trying to make sure we're as strategic as we can be on those types of recommendations. I think you heard some comments about that today, and we'll highlight that too, because I think there's some discussions that you can have either side of this topic, and I know it can be a passionate topic, but I think we've seen results and we've seen opportunities that have been great for our kids, and so we want to make sure that we're finding that right balance that way too, between the commitment to our resident districts and tax-paying residents, while also the opportunities for our kids and families. So we'll talk about